Hello, Jump. Welcome. Hey, Long. Ugh. Hope you all are doing all right. Hello, Weeby. Ugh. Morning, Dre. Pretty much every time I see you now, Dre, I just think about some of the different posts on Reddit. Because I just saw that you commented on some of them. Some of the people that were complaining about not getting wins with, like, Caitlyn. And I think it'd be a lot of work. I don't know when I'd find the time to do it. But I think I need to just do a super in-depth beginner guide to just the entire game, because I've done guides for like the Path of Champions part of the game and explaining all the Path of Champions specific things, but I think I actually just need to do a guide based on like, here's the game, this is your Nexus health, this is like your hand, this is the board, here's what attacking means, here's what the different spell speeds are, here's the implication from like what a slow spell does, how this works, the concept of passing the priority to your opponent, making them have to actually play something, the open passing, like a lot of these sorts of concepts that some of them the game doesn't really explain to you, but just like starting at the basics and just building up everything, because it seems like there's a decent amount of people that play the game but none of these concepts were explained to them, and so they just don't understand, and so they think the game is way harder than it actually is. Will the 4-star tier list be the overall power of the champ or the power of the 4th star? So it's probably going to be the power of the champion with their 4th star, not just the 4th star alone. I know for some of these, we did it when Constellations first came out. We did some similar types of tier lists, but we've had a lot of new champions come in. And yeah, we probably won't just be ranking the 4th star itself, just the champion overall with their 4th star. The Caitlyn quest is either run out or it's about to. And the point of the guide isn't to help people with that quest, because yeah, that quest is already either done or about to be done. Like, I've already made videos trying to help people with that specific quest of like, hey, here's Caitlyn. I've nerfed her as much as I possibly can. I'm literally limiting myself to not using certain cards, using only rare relics. That is... yeah, I already made videos trying to help those people. But I think just a general, super in-depth guide to the entire game, because a lot of my beginner guides before was like, okay, I'm assuming you understand the fundamentals of how Legends of Runeterra works. And I'm just explaining, like, for Path of Champions, this is what a champion is, this is adventures, this is how you progress, and a lot of those types of systems. But it's like, I think I just need to try to explain the entire game, and especially some of those systems that people aren't really taught when they're playing the game. And some people have just missed, because there's a lot of little intricacies that, like, there's little things I even keep picking up as I'm playing of like, oh, that's something I haven't thought of before. So trying to help people out, because there was some people really struggling. Yeah, someone posted complaining they can't clear Lissandra after like 60 plus tries. Sorry, I just can't defend you there. Yeah, there was multiple posts of people really struggling, and it's like, it sucks that you are struggling, but it's saying like the game is bullshit or it's terrible and all these things. It's like, it's not really necessarily the game's fault. Giving like, or people being mad that it's like time locked. It's like they gave you over a month to try to do this. I don't know. Seemed a little crazy. Also, another post of someone trying to clear last week's 5.5 with 2-star level 12 Kate and complaining they can't get past the first encounter. Yeah, that was crazy. I will say, though, for that encounter, the Shadow Assassin is one of the hardest encounters in the Weekly Nightmares. Shadow Assassin is a lot more difficult than many of the other ones. But, yeah, trying to say that, for one, that was just bad RNG alone that you got that first, but then, yeah, trying to clear with one of the weaker champions that's not fully leveled, doesn't have any relics. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Hello, Toracat. I'm in university, so I'll just be lurking. Sounds good. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, I was looking through some of those, and then yeah, I saw you in there a little bit commenting. I normally don't leave comments, especially because I generally live with the philosophy of if you don't have something nice to say, then don't say anything at all. Now, yeah, sometimes you need to. It's worth saying something even if it's not going to be nice, but generally, there's no reason to just insult or belittle other people. And for a lot of those posts, it's like, I don't think I could have anything good to say, so I just have to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna see what people are saying and then just keep moving on. Hello, Service. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll actually have time to make that video, but making one giant guide for the whole game, especially because we are actually getting new people, and I will admit that the game doesn't necessarily do a good job of teaching you. You do have to be trying to figure this stuff out. Service, thank you for the Prime, appreciate it. I try to be helpful, but sometimes I just need to call someone out if they're insulting, blaming the game. Yeah, that's also the issue I find with a lot of people that complain that the game is like pay to win, or that you have to get champions at like 5 and 6 stars. That's the only way to clear adventures, especially Swain. And it's like, that's not the case at all. Like, I literally cleared Swain with like Mordekaiser, which I think a lot of people consider to be one of the worst champions. So, yeah, it's rough. Happy I don't have lectures tomorrow so I can attend the tier list making. Nice. Yeah, I put that in the post for Discord, and I also posted that on YouTube, trying to give anyone a heads up. And then, yeah, I'll do the same tomorrow, because I do want to see what chat has to say. I think for all the champions, I do have them at 4 stars. So technically, I could just use my own knowledge, but it is going to be fun doing that with chat, and it's going to be very important for the future tier list, because I don't have everyone at 5 stars. I don't have everyone at 6 stars. So seeing what people have to say will be good there. 2 weeks till patch. Are you excited, Mr. Toast? Yes. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the new champion is, because it's brand new to the entire game. It's a champion that's not going to PvP, which, while that I am sad for the PvP players, it's going to be interesting to see how that opens up a champion's design. So you'll have to see that. Today, though, we're going to play Lux Illuminated. I have not played her in a bit. As far as the constellation, so we do have her at the 4 stars. So we got that Overwhelm, but we don't have the 5th star, which is actually going to be pretty nice for Lux to have. And we don't have the 6th star either. Thanks for the offer, Genghis, but I generally, I don't do any account sharing. So thank you for the offer, but I just think it can be a messy situation. I don't want, just kind of don't really want to bother, especially because most games have like bans on it at all, so I don't want to get into it. But thank you for the offer. I do appreciate it. And then also thank you for the subscribe that I saw yesterday. I do appreciate it. So yeah, for Lux, we have her normal 3-star powers, her 4 stars, don't have the others. As far as bonus stars, gold, our units get, or support champs get Spirit and Impact, and then we get Prismatic Barrier with Mana Potion, which is pretty nice since our second star is also making one, so those all being a little bit cheaper. Really nice. As far as our build, we're going with the Lux Relic, so we get an extra mana, get a cheap unit, also with support. Very nice. And then when I level up Rally and the Hidden Tome, this will trigger when we level up and when we player. So this should be pretty solid. Yeah, this is what we'll try out for Lux. I recently achieved full constellation for Vex, and jump having extra mana and not one is massive to say the least. Yeah. I think community also just doesn't understand how free-to-play games and overall businesses work with things they ask for. Yes, I saw someone complaining on one of my videos, or the discussion video I posted on YouTube, because in that I talk about like the monetization and how whales supporting the game is good and people should be happy with that. And people are like, oh, whales are terrible and they make the game worse and they should just like be selling expansions to the game. And so it's like, you're asking for them to lock more content behind a paywall instead of content being like made for whales. And then also the issue with like the game was close to dying. The game was already incredibly reasonable before, and the game would have completely shut down. So it's like they had to change something. And it's like, this is the system they have, which I think is still very fair. But yeah, people complaining and just acting like this is how they initially made the game. And it was like, it's either this or the game just being dead. So it's like, take your pick. I think a lot of people, especially PvPers, they're mad, so they would just prefer if the game just died instead of living on in a way that they don't enjoy. Also, yeah, there's a ad going on, so we're just holding off before we hop in and do anything. It can make it worse if developers only care for whales, leave the rest of the player base to die, but LOR is not like that. Yeah, exactly. It's like there are some situations where, yes, games can be made from the ground up only for whales, but that's never been the case with this game. And a lot of those people are the same ones that think you can't clear like the tough adventures with like you have to have a 6-star champion in order to do it. It's like that's not really the case. All right, everyone should be back. Let's go ahead and hop in here. All right, let's see. Let's go for a power. Round start rally is pretty great. Yeah, that's very good for Lux. Let's go ahead and hop into Mana Soul Student. Yeah, the issue is, I mean, there's always people that are just going to have an issue regardless of what the game does. Because I know before the game was monetized, people were like, just give us something to buy, something to support the game, please monetize it more. Like, there's a lot of people that were doing that. And now there's people complaining about the monetization. It's just always going to be the case. All right, let's get rid of all three of these. Way too expensive. Woo Lux Illuminated, top 3 favorite champs for me. Yeah, she is pretty great. It is actually nice that we have a unit here. So we have someone that we can support. All right, so she's going to get barrier when we support the other unit. We can drop this here to protect them. Get an attack in. All right, so we got half of our progress done. So when we attack again, we'll be able to get our rally.
Whoa, I can see the magic.
So we could immediately attack. That wouldn't be bad for just trying to do more damage because they have no mana. They have the attack token. They have a full board. So they are about to attack and do quite a lot. Sure, let's try to be a bit more aggressive, because we could develop our board, we could do a lot of damage here, but the biggest thing is we're trying to mitigate how much damage they are doing. So we're playing our burst speed spells, and we're just gonna attack, do a lot of damage, try to kill a couple of their units, so their attack is less damaging on us.
What was I so afraid of?
Yeah, we gotta rally, refill our mana.
Magic brings us together.
Who will stand with us?
Demacia defends its own.
Alright, so we got one unit down. Alright, so they have no mana, so they shouldn't be able to do anything, any combat tricks to stop us.
This magic defends and protects. Your aura is so blue.
So we'll try to reduce down the damage we're taking as much as possible. It's not anything that they can really surprise us with, right? Yeah, so we can just go here.
Oh, that's so cool. You can't hide from the light.
Alright, so we could bail out our board, but I feel like it's kind of not really needed. They could maybe survive if they fully blocked, so let's
Good afternoon.
add one more unit in
Or
here.
should I say Lux?
It's Luxana, actually. Who are you again? Magic brings us together.
Alright, GG. Did take a pretty big hit there, though. The only thing that seems mean to me is that you used to be able to get 3 platinum vaults from the weekly quest, but the free battle pass, which replaced some of those quests effectively, has none of them. Yeah, it was nice that we were still getting those weekly quests. It would have been nice if they kept that going. Because yeah, that is true. Those weekly quests were very good. And I think those were meant to hold us over until we got a battle pass. But yeah, the free battle pass, while it is very nice that you're specifically getting one of the new champions and you're getting fragments and stuff for them, getting like a platinum vault every week was pretty great. So that's a pretty good point. Hey, Nasty. And yeah, I still 100% agree that they need to increase the 6-star acquisition rate. Because like, it was great that we've gotten 2 from platinum vessels. So there's 2 6-stars for people. Most people by now, if they've completed all of the adventure quests or adventure rewards, should have or should be close to getting a champion 6-star from those, the fragments. And there is the one like $5 or $5 or $10 like constellation bundle, which was like super reasonable and also gave you one. So that's great, but we've not had another quest to give us another platinum vessel. It's been a while since we've gotten one, and I think every couple months they should add in a quest to give us a platinum vessel. Like, I understand them not wanting to do it like every month, how that could be a little bit crazy, but it's been a while. They should give out another one to the community, especially for the free-to-play players, because yeah, the 6-star acquisition rate is still rough at the moment. I know they have plans to increase it with whatever that sort of target farming system is, but we don't know when that's coming into the game, and we don't know what that is going to entail. Because yeah, right now we get 1 gold star vessel from the monthly challenges if you complete them, or if you get to 50. We get 1 gold star vessel from the battle pass, and as far as stuff for the 6 stars, that's kind of it, because we have other silver star vessels that we get from like the weekly. We get like multiples of those in the battle pass. So like 4 and 5 stars, we should now start getting those materials a lot more regularly. But as far as 6 stars, we have like 2 golden star vessels. I think both of those can give you like 20 is the normal. Like they can high roll, but I think baseline it's 20. So you have to pull 5 of those together. They all have to hit the same region for you to be able to get a champion. So you're looking at minimum 3 months of completing the pass every single time, the battle pass, completing the monthly challenge, and 5 out of the 6 ones you're going to get for 3 months all have to hit the same region for you to be able to get a 6-star champion. So yeah, they definitely need to increase that. It is too slow at the moment. So everyone that says that, I 100% agree with. Anyways, so 2 cost attack draw 1. This would count as fleeting, or not fleeting, targeting. So that would help us. Because yeah, when ally supported or targeted, this would just give all of our units spirits. That's not terrible. This is a 3 cost though. I think we'll still go with it. What about the reliquaries? Just 1 a month. See, I think 1 a month isn't terrible. So if it was like 1 a month for like a 6-star, it wouldn't be as bad. Because I get some of these bigger features of like 6-star champions as well as epic relics being something you can't just completely blast through, and being a little bit more of a time investment in order to get them. But yeah, 6 stars right now are just a bit too slow. Overall, it's in a good spot. I feel like some things are a bit slower than they should be. We don't deserve to have everything for low effort. That would make no sense monetarily for them. Yeah, I agree that you shouldn't just be giving everything out for free. People should try to earn it. And yeah, in general, for most things in the game, we are in a very good spot. Because I think for 4 and 5 stars now, you should be able to start getting those materials a lot easier, a lot faster. Because the Battle Pass does have a lot of the chests in there. So that's good. The biggest thing that is just too on the slow side right now is the 6 stars. Ruin Fell Pessum? I'm probably butchering that, so apologies, but thank you for the follow. All right, let's go to support champion. Nocturne. He is pricey. Onlooker, we like 1 cost, so 1 costs are nice. And free attacks should count for our level up for our champion. Allies have attacked with. Yeah, that's not terrible. Maokai, Rek'Sai, Scout. Scout could be good. Yeah, so that doesn't seem terrible. Yeah, I think let's go here. We could try to get some targeting spells, but I think Rek'Sai can be okay. Do we want to get another power? Sure, we can go for another power. So let's go for Feral Mystic. Am I crazy for wanting them to increase monthlies to 100 and add a lot more gemstones and Nova Shard rewards in those late rewards? I feel like we have enough champions that 70 is not as big of a limitation as it was before. I agree. There's a couple issues with that they're issues for Riot. So I'm trying to think of it from Riot's perspective. For one, they don't want to put a lot of big rewards at the very end because they don't want people to feel compelled to have to clear everything. That's why for the monthly challenges, the biggest reward is at 50. So them adding more challenges and then putting really good rewards behind those, they don't want to do that because that's going to piss off part of the community. So I wouldn't mind that. I think that could be fun. And yes, 70 is pretty easy to do with our current roster. Especially for us, like more hardcore or dedicated players. But there are people in the community that like completely hate monthly challenges, don't want to do them, already don't like the fact that they have to try to get the 50 wins. People get stressed out by the monthlies. So while I think they could definitely add more, I think Riot is going to be very hesitant to do that. And I think they're definitely not going to want to put big rewards in those later challenges, because that's just not the mentality they are going with. I know some game developers definitely would have the biggest rewards be at the end. That's not really what Riot's been doing. Another way they could do it is a Silver Star vaults gave 5, 10, or 20 instead of a Stardust majority of the time. Oh, Nova Shard, yeah. For Nova Shards instead of just the other ones. Yeah, the Silver Star vessels giving you a couple Nova Shards would be nice. Let's get rid of the Mage Seekers. We like our 1-drops. We really want to get our Lux. Alright, so we'll be able to have our Lux. The one bad thing is we won't be able to have anything else. This is why having Lux at the 5 stars with her relic is going to be very good, because starting at 4 mana means you can play Lux and one of your 1 costs. Really, though, Lux is actually one of the champions where you want the enemy to start with the attack token, and you just develop turn 1. Deathless, that's kind of fun. Sure, I think we actually will
What can I say? I'm a man of mystery.
play some of these other champions and then drop our other units and then drop our Lux next round.
Notes.
So yeah, both of these will have Deathless, so this is giving us progress on our level up, getting some damage down,
My best sidekicks yet.
and yeah, we're getting some, well, pretty much free damage.
Our allies did not fall in vain.
Star Vessels can give you Nova Shards, but it's like a 1% chance. Improving that chance would be nice since we get those weekly. Okay, yeah, it would be nice if they upped that, so if it was like, I don't know, a 50% chance to get like even just 5 Nova Shards. Let's drop our Lux.
Guides us all.
The Smoldering Smirk, this is one of the upgrades I don't have yet, but this going to burst, oh my word, that's gonna be crazy. So we can, yeah, we don't want this to get stunned. Alright, so we're trying to reduce down the damage we're taking. Yeah, we're actually taking a lot of damage, even though we're
Fight together.
like doing a lot of damage. Do we want to attack with the hatchling?
Hearts incandescent.
I think let's attack like this. They'll potentially be able to kill our Lumino Sprite, so that'll be a little bit sad. Yeah, we'll attack like this, level, rally,
Radiance
get our mana.
casts out every shadow. Demacia defends its own. What was I so afraid of? We fight together. Demacia defends its own.
Oh, well, okay, GG. They didn't bother wanting to block.
Fine. I'll go easy next time.
Yeah, we're doing so much damage turn 2, but we're also taking so much damage from them as well. Because we are still just like a 4-star champion. I think we'll go for another 1 cost, because we're probably never going to have the mana to play either of those. Alright, slot bot. Yeah, I normally buy 2. I think the first 2 are pretty reasonable. So Chamber would give us Spell Shield, but yeah, I think let's go for a power. So you get a Yearling. It would be nice if they lowered the Golden Reliquary slightly. I get that the reason they have it such a long cooldown is they don't want to run out of Golden Reliquaries. They want people to keep having some to get. But making it not be like 4 weeks and even just going to like 3 weeks, something like that would be nice. I think if they walked back the design decision to region lock every resource, the community would no longer complain, at least not as much. Yeah, the region lock is definitely a pretty contentious topic that a lot of people don't like. All right, Rec size fine. Form up is nice to have. We don't need double hatchling. Like Rek'Sai increases our chance of gaining our other Lux. So it's like we could attack with Rek'Sai and get double attacks in, which would be interesting. But we could also drop our Lux. She'd be able to attack, but she wouldn't be able to do anything else. And if we play our Rek'Sai, we would get good damage down, but Rek'Sai is going to disappear, meaning our Lux isn't going to have anyone to block or attack with. We will have 3 mana next round, though. Or not 3, we'll have 4 mana, so we could play Lux, Illuminated, and Light Feather. Yeah, so it wouldn't be bad to just build out our board here, but it also wouldn't be bad to try to get damage in with Rek'Sai. I think let's... Yeah, we'll build out a little bit.
What can I say? I'm a man of mystery.
Alright, so I think we'll just attack with this one here. We don't want the other one to die. Alright, so we'll drop our Lux.
Come on in.
Alright, so we have 4 mana, so we could go for a barrier, but I feel like we could also just go for double form up for just straight up damage. So I think let's actually do that here. Alright, so we will attack like this, try to get as much damage down as we can, but we're able to trigger our level up.
What was I so afraid of?
Make way for the Jarrow parade. My best sidekicks yet. And let's take this outside.
Alright, this is perfectly fine. We can block all of these. Yeah, that's alright. Alright, so we could go for Spirit Portal, but... Well, that will actually gain twice the effect, because Lux Illuminated has the same concept as Vex of doubling your output, so our Spirit would actually go off twice, so sure. Alright, GG, and we didn't take too much damage this time. Solid.
Just what I needed.
Yeah, the monthly challenges, I think, are a bit controversial. I think there's a lot of people that really like the monthly challenges. They have fun going through them, and they like the fact that they're playing and getting rewards. But a lot of other people really don't like the monthly challenges. They think that, for one, it's kind of completely different to the rest of the game because you're not getting... It's not as much of a roguelike since you're not getting as much different rewards. Because that is true. It does play pretty differently. You have to go in with a different mindset. So yeah, some people really would like the monthly challenges to be increased, to have more of them. But then, yeah, there's other people that already hate doing the monthly challenges, and so the thought of there being even more of them is terrible to them. We have a lot of different types of people that play the same game, which makes it difficult for definitely the developers to add things in that people like. 6 cost, probably never going to play it. Chrono Shift, the same. Sand Spinner. I think let's try to do a reroll since we have 6 of them. See if we can get something a little bit better. So predict. Draw 1. So 1 cost, draw 1. That alone could be okay. Could go for more Spirit Portal. Do we have really any draw in our kit at all? We do have our 1 this guy that has draw on it. I'm just thinking if we don't have our Lux, we could be trying to get her. Think we'll be fine. I guess we'll go for Spirit Portal. All right, let's go for power here. All right, so having another unit actually wouldn't be terrible because this could give our Lux someone to support. So that's actually not bad. Bouncing Blades. I think we're fine. Endurance wouldn't be terrible, but yeah, I think having another unit to support, like that's kind of our biggest issue right now with Lux is we can drop her at the start of the game, but there's no one for her to support. And so it's kind of wasted, but this should work with that. Yeah, another unit attacking. It's not amazing, but it can be okay. All right, let's go to the healer here. We could actually heal up. That wouldn't be the worst because we are fairly low. Goodbye healing, 200 gold. I mean, we have 1,000, so sure. And yeah, let's go for Caitlyn.
I'm on the case.
I have fun with the last 20 monthlies because they're truly challenging. But that's very much because my account is so powerful. I want more challenges to have fun with. 3 weeklies are not enough personally. Yeah, and that is also going to be a little bit of a issue and split within the community. Like, some people just want to challenge. Other people have very powerful champions because they've spent a lot on the game, and so they want more challenges to throw their units into. I think a decent solution, if they wanted, was or would be letting you replay the monthlies, so it's not just you do it once and then it's locked. Like, if you've completed the monthlies, you can go back and play any of the challenges as many times as you want. That way you can actually test out different builds with different champions, see how they rank up against different modifiers. I know I would really like that personally. From what devs have said, it wasn't coded that way at all, and so apparently from what they said, it'd be a real pain to try to make it do that. But I think that would be a good middle ground of not having to add more monthlies, but just letting you play against those tougher ones with different champions, because yeah, I would really like to test stuff out. Let's get rid of both of these. Rek'Sai in one of our 1 costs, nice to have. We're actually gonna have a pretty hard time against Gangplank. Like, Lux is a very good early game champ, but you kind of have the caveat that you need like a round or 2 to set up. And yeah, we did not get our Lux, so that's not great. We could go for Rek'Sai, could get double attacks in. One issue though is that their Caitlyn's big enough to kill us. Pretty much anything we play is just gonna get killed pretty quickly, because all of these are like, the flash bomb is just gonna eat them up.
Just what I needed.
After them.
Top the room.
All right, so we're trying to get 1 extra mana next round. The hatchling, it would probably just die. Sometimes they don't block. Also, if we attack with this, well, we could potentially get our lurk off, and this would contribute to Lux's level up. It would let their Caitlyn get a strike off and plant some more flash bombs. I think we're okay. All right, how many of our units die?
But the mystery.
Oh, that's rough.
Practice, as they say, makes perfect.
I guess that's actually going to be a problem. When any player gains the attack token, they draw 1. So we're drawing 1 extra card because we get the attack token every round. So we have good draw, but they're going to be able to annihilate us with their flash bombs. Oh, it's so much damage. We're gonna get destroyed. This is kind of funny.
Strength and grace, beauty in the play.
Alrighty, so
Harry, riposte, you are toast.
if we attack, we could get some damage down, but we don't really want to take more damage. And if we kill in their units, they get more power. Also, the Justice Rider is going to slowly destroy us. Oh, this is going to be bad. We really need our Lux. Yeah, we're just drawing a lot of cards, which is not the best for us. I think let's go here. This will give us a pretty good boost in power. Being rid of the Caitlyn will be nice.
Just give me something to chase.
Oh, those Justice Riders, though, are pretty bad for us.
Run them hardly fair.
All right, we'll try to kill one of their Dawn Speakers. And we don't really want our other one to die. All right, looks like ad drops. We're just going to hold off for a moment. I think it would actually be better for them to diversify the content. I mean, that's what they've been trying to do. Instead of putting 30 levels on monthlies and +3 nightmares, they're trying to diversify their content. That's one thing they've talked about with the new adventures they're putting out, because they put Swain out knowing that some of the community is really going to like it, and they knew that other parts wasn't going to like it, and that was very true. I think Swain is a lot of fun. I think it's a fun challenge, regardless of the champion you're playing. I don't feel like it's pay to win at all. Other people, though, think it's just like terrible, pay to win. You can't complete it unless you have like a 6-star champion. But for one, they've already put out a bunch of new adventures this patch. I know those adventures are like remix of older ones, but if you're still trying to power up your account, that just gave you a whole bunch of shards and new stuff to go play that's relatively easy. And then for the new adventure we're getting next patch, we're getting it in 2 different difficulty tiers, which is one thing they said they're trying with all future adventures, so that, yeah, people that are more end game can go and try to play the hard one, have fun with that. But then people that are playing or have lower level accounts can still be playing new content. So yeah, they're trying to diversify their content. It's taken a little while. I think we'll just end the round here. We have 9 health left. This is not the best. 11.
You dream it,
Oh man. All right, so yeah, we're toast. There's not really anything we can do here. 4 damage. Oh man.
Hot on the trail.
So yeah, we never drew our main champion. I guess let's drop Rek'Sai just because Rex has a large amount of power. But the issue is when Caitlyn attacks, Caitlyn's going to nuke us down just from that alone. Oh well, GG. This is what's about to happen to me trying to 4-star Darius. Yeah. Darius is not good into this modifier. I think Nova crystals are gated because the constellation system is relatively new, and because Nova crystals, being the whale part of monetization, Riot wants them to feel exclusive. This will probably increase the acquisition rate over time. It'll always be far less than whatever paid player gets. I mean, yeah, you're 100% true. They're definitely don't wanting Nova crystals to be super easy to get. That's very understandable. Obviously, they want people to be able to just spend the money to buy them right away. So it's never going to be that you're getting them super fast. But even with that in mind, I still think the 6 stars are a little bit too difficult to get at the moment. So yeah, you're right with what you said, but it still should be sped up a bit more. Yes, they're supposed to be probably the hardest things to get in the game, but right now it's just too inconsistent.
I'm on the case.
Let's go for Caitlyn. You want players to feel like they actually have some agency and that they can achieve their goals. Like if someone really likes Darius as a random example, and they really want to get his 6 star, other than buying it, you don't actually have a way to reliably earn that in game yet, which means if you just keep getting stuff for champions you don't care about, then that can be very frustrating and players can just leave the game. So yeah, they really need to fix that, which hopefully they're working on. We have that elusive target farming system. We don't really know what that's going to entail. But yeah, you should be able to have stuff earnable in game, because there's going to be some people that they're just never going to be able to afford buying an overcrystal. So like, while yes, you want people to be able to do that, some people just never are going to have that option. You need to have some way for people to reliably earn something in game, even if it's going to take a while. Like that's not the problem. It's just there has to be the chance of getting it. Whereas right now, you could just be getting stuff for every other champion. Let's give it a call to pack. And I think even Smoldering Smirk. We have our Lux though, that's nice. We have our Lumino Sprite, also very nice. It's completely unfeasible to buy a crystal in my country. Exactly. Like there's going to be some people that it doesn't matter how much they want it, it's just never going to be something they can afford. And so it can't be like, oh, if you really like it, just buy it. Because yeah, some people can't do that. It's just never going to be possible. Oh, these both got faded. All right, let's try to drop our Lux.
Notify patrol to close in on this.
She should be able to, yeah, support the other unit. This will give us some damage. I just really hope she doesn't die. Also, attacking is going to let the Caitlyn plant more flash bombs. I think we need to get progress down, though. So let's attack like this.
Magic brings us together.
This won't be quite enough. Yeah, we'll hold on to that till we can make a little bit better use of it. All right, so if our Lux doesn't die, then we might be able to win next round. But our Lux might just immediately die to flash bombs. So it's gonna be luck. All right, we lost the luck. We lost it by a lot.
Closing in on the mark. No backup needed.
The sea tells me all I need.
All right, so we have another Lux.
I am Luxana, Lady of Light.
All right, they're out of mana. They're about to attack. Having a 1-drop isn't bad. All right, so we could attack with our Lux. We wouldn't level, but we'd be close. So if we dropped our barrier, we probably would level. But we're not gonna have enough damage. I think let's drop our Light Feather.
Afternoon, milady. Or should I say, Malux?
It's
All right.
Luxana, actually. Who are you again? I won't back down.
So we'll try to block here to reduce down the damage we're taking, even though we're still taking a ton of damage.
Hearts incandescent.
And we're still actually not having quite enough to level, because sadly Light Feather didn't roll the support. Alright, so we'll attack and do as much damage as we can, but yeah, we're not going to be quite there, sadly.
Turning yourself in.
2 away.
Magic brings us together.
And yeah, Caitlyn getting more damage in. Well, we kind of just got hard countered by these modifiers and what we chose. Oh, man. Alright, neither one of these rolled what we needed.
Just keeping the peace.
Officer Kipper, you never did return my pen.
Aw, don't do that. We're about to have fun with our Lumino sprites. We could have maybe done something. Ah, sad. Oh man. GG. Hello, Rio Rivero. Hello, welcome. That sounds kind of Spanish, at least the way I said it. Oh no, toast being toasted. Yeah, it's rough. Hello, CT Cyclone. Alright, so that was still fun to play Lux, and Caitlyn is just a really good counter for us. For one, Lux is all about having units, and a lot of your units start out pretty weak, and so those flash bombs countered us just really, really hard, and then the fact that we got Domination Round Start Rally, which is often one of the best possible powers for Lux. Didn't take into consideration, though, that every time we get the attack token, we draw an extra card, which just made the Caitlyn counter even worse. So we absolutely got destroyed there, but still fun to play our Lux. Did you ever think about borrowing accounts from your community to showcase 6-star champs you don't own? Yeah, I've had a lot of people offer that, so I could. I just generally don't want to get into account sharing. So yeah, I've had people offer that, but that's just not something I really want to do. I'm not sure in the terms of service if that is actually something that's not allowed in this game. I know most games, if you do that, that's not really something or that's something you could get banned by. So if I was doing it on stream, it would be pretty obvious. While I don't necessarily think Riot would do anything, it's just not something I want to necessarily risk. So yeah, I've had people offer that, but haven't really wanted to do that myself at the moment. I did the 6.5 and the 5-star with Swain. It was so much fun. Yeah, I did Swain with one of them, and it was a great time. I have 6-star Lux, all max out constellations. Yeah, she probably absolutely destroys. I think Lux Illuminated, if you have her constellation fully done, you have her relic and just like her best build, it's pretty crazy. You could ask a rider if it's okay. I mean, even if they watch your streams. I mean, I feel like in that situation, if I would want to do it, it would probably be something that would be better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Because I think if you ask a rioter, even if they wouldn't make action on it before, they probably have to tell me that it's not allowed. So, yeah, I mean, I would prefer if Riot was just able to give me like a test account so that I could just test the stuff out on, yeah, some amount of a test account that had anything unlocked, so I could actually showcase it to people. Because that's the thing, it's like it's free advertising for Riot, so it makes sense. But yeah, I don't think that's something that they really have done at the moment. Hello, Dianthe. Which Shadow Isle do you recommend for Yasuo? It's the last one, I can't do it. So for Yasuo, the big thing that counters you quite a lot is the Windswept Wanderers. This is pretty bad for a lot of people. I would go for Vex. Vex doesn't really get countered by this. So, yeah, I think if you have a Vex that's decently high up, especially if you have one around like 4 stars, this will be very good. So Vex if possible. Yeah, don't do Viego or Gwen. Both of them definitely get countered by this. Your ephemerals are just getting completely shut down. I would say it's probably doable with Kindred, but Kindred also is going to get hit by this a bit. Vagar might be able to do it. Vagar still wouldn't be fantastic because you do often rely on cheap units for blockers. So I think it wouldn't be... This would still affect you as Vagar, but you might be able to brute force your way through it just with your darkness. So it is possible. And I point out that even if we got 1 Nova per battle pass, it would take close to 10 years at the current rate of new champions to get everyone to 6 stars. So they really need a new system to get Novas. I mean, yes. And that is the biggest thing right now is they know that's an issue, and they've said that they're working on this target farming system to address it. It's really just going to be how good does that system feel and how well does it work. Because, yeah, that's going to be potentially fixing the biggest issue that's currently in the game. But we don't know how that system is going to work, and so we can't really rely on it yet. Who do you think is more fun to release first? Morgana or Vex? Who do you think is more fun to release first? Oh, I'm guessing you mean who's more fun to get first. You're still asking should you get Morgana or Vex? Both are a lot of fun. Vex is all about removing enemy units and also just reducing them down in stats, which is fun. And then Morgana is all about controlling the board and making so your enemy can't play. Both of them are good. I think the big thing you should be considering is your amount of investment in the champion as far as leveling them up and then trying to get them to like their 3 to 4 star. So Morgana is a lot better earlier. Like with Morgana, you could really just get to 2 stars and she can still absolutely destroy. So Morgana is better with lower investment. Like Morgana's always good, but you don't have to do as much. Whereas Vex is more fun the more you put into her. So if you can only get this champion to like 2 or 3 stars, Vex isn't going to feel as good. Now, if you can get Vex to like 4 stars or potentially get a couple upgrades in the constellation, like increasing all your spell damage to by like 4, then Vex is great. But I think that should be really the deciding factor for you. If you're willing to put in the work to get the champion up, then Vex is great. Now, you don't need to get the whole constellation. I'm not saying anything like that, but there's some really important things here. Champions having utmost despair, very fun. Where is it? Over here? Yeah, so damaging spells you acquire in Venture have Charging Sigil. This is a massive one. So here is your 3 star. So you'd get Pie Toss for extra damage, and then this one here. Now, a lot of this constellation is very, very good. But baseline Vex with just the 3 stars isn't the best. Granted, they did give you some buffs, so like you go through Barrier and Tough now, and they did help you out a bit. But yeah, Vex is better the more you put into them. Morgana, you can play her at just like 2 stars and still absolutely blast. So that would be my main deciding factor. Sorry for my English. You're fine. You're fine. It just took me a little bit to figure out what you meant. But yeah, all good. They really need to. They really would not need a target farming system if they didn't have region locked resources. Just saying. Yeah, that is definitely true. Hi, Grape. They created a problem and are working on a solution for the problem they created. Yeah, the region lock. it does make it way more difficult. I mean, right here with all of these different fragments I have like 2 or 3 Nova crystals right here. I mean, more like 3 to 4 to be honest, but they're all still like split up. So that's kind of frustrating, the fact I'm like halfway to all of these different ones, but still it's purely going to come down to luck and whether or not I get anything or not. So that doesn't feel the best. And then it's the same with, yeah, the star crystals. Like, I have a ton for Bilgewater because I just happen to get a bunch of those. But then there's a bunch of other regions, and there's champions that I don't have the 4th and 5 star yet because I just haven't ever gotten their fragments. Like for Demacia, my Lux has been stuck at 4 stars since she came out because I just haven't gotten any more crystals. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit frustrating. 4-star can demolish the 6.5 or 5-point-star adventure. Yeah, 4-star Morgana, like, unless you're getting specifically countered by some of the modifiers, then you're perfectly fine. Toast, you can feature people with 6-star champions you don't have by sharing screen on Discord. You can either stream or make it a vid on YouTube. You can do so like an event every week, for example. Possibly. I generally like to rely on myself for my content, though. I don't really like having to set up like time to set up a time to work with someone else and be relying on them for content. So it's like, kind of feel like that could be more trouble than it's worth. 4-star Morgana can clear almost everything that doesn't ping your Nexus directly, like Puffcat Power. Yeah. What are some good relics for Vex? Alright, so for Vex, here are some epic relics, but we'll also touch on some rares. Big Guns is nice. Echoing Spirit is fantastic. Hidden Tome, very good. This is like my go-to build. Death's Foil can be nice so your Vex can freely attack and not die. That's solid. Fear Cleaving Axe, great for boosting the entire enemy board, increasing your gloom stacks on them. Also solid. Let's see. Packed Powder if you want to get Vex on the board a little bit earlier. Scissors can be good if you want to try to use or go for Starforged Gauntlets. You can hit this with your power. So going for like Death's Foil plus like Spectral Scissors can get you, so you can use Starforged. As far as rare relics, Spellweavers isn't bad for more mana. Chemtech is great if your matches are hitting that 6 or going to 6 or over, which will often happen if you're playing a lower level, lower star Vex. So Chemtech can be very good for you. Luden's Tempest can also be solid. Stalker's Blade is actually, you do have a pretty good threshold for your Vex. So just as a very just general relic, if you don't have anything to really pull together a build, just throwing on a Stalker's Blade honestly isn't bad. Grand Jones Counterplan, pretty good. Like to get your champion spell every round. Your champion spell also has draw on it, so that is pretty nice. Loose Cannon's Payload, this can be good to really help your Vex get some damaging spells. It's not quite as bad as it used to be, but getting a bunch of Pow-Pows to just do a ton of damage is solid. Also with your Vex, when she's leveled, it essentially does double damage. So this is actually decent as well. If you're going for Loose Cannon's Payload, you normally want to go for the counter plan so you can get more of your champion spell for more draw since you're discarding your whole hand. Utmost Despair, I normally don't play this on my Vex. Personally, I feel like it just doesn't give you as much value as many other relics. But if you want to gloom the whole board when you play Vex, that is an option. So yeah, that's a bunch of possible options for your Vex. 115 Bilgewater crystals is so sad to watch. I have 70 myself and no one to spend them on. Yeah, I have a ton. It's just like there's nothing I can use them for, but I have tons of other regions that need crystals, but they just keep going to Bilgewater, and there's nothing I can do. For Morgana, here we go. As far as relics, I really like one of the cost reduction ones. Packed Powder actually works out exceptionally well for Morgana because with your star powers, you deal damage to the enemy nexus every single round. So round end, deal 2 to cursed enemies and 1 to the enemy nexus for each curse in their hand. They're almost always going to be cursed, so pretty much every round you're dealing damage to them. Your rounds are going on, or your games are going on for a long time. So Packed Powder is just fantastic for giving you cost reduction to get Morgana on your board, hopefully early, but then also scaling up your Morgana, which is very nice since she has lifesteal. Archangels and Grand Generals, really good just so you can make a champion spell every round. This has Invoke on it, so you're getting a spell every round to play. This is giving you another card to play, and it's just giving you a whole bunch of Shackle generation. Black Shield if you want Spell Shield. Some other ones that are good. Echoing Spirit can be nice. Gain more copies of your Morgana. Gain more for champion spell. Never tried Hidden Tome, to be honest, with her. Yeah, honestly, just the rare relics are super nice to have. Chemtech, some people like this. I find it fills up your hand too much because you're normally playing your champion spell, which is invoking twice. So yeah, it can be a little rough. I know a lot of people do like it. For me, I generally think it's overkill. They need to focus, create more adventures and more sources instead of new champs. I mean, we got 3 adventures this time, and they added rewards for another one of our adventures, so we kind of got 4 adventures in this patch, and we're getting like 1 adventure with 2 difficulties, so kind of 2 adventures next patch. So, and before, like 2 patches ago, we also got 3 new nightmares, which refreshes every week. So they're actually putting out a lot of adventures right now. It's not like they're not doing that at all. We're getting champions and adventures. Got 50 gemstones for my 6.5 rewards. So blessed. Nice. I use Pack Powder, Archangels, Counterplan on Morgana. Lots of other options though. Yeah, this is my go-to. The only epic relic I don't have is Living Weapon. Yeah, that's the only one I don't have at the moment. Just join. Can you play with Fear Cleaving Axe and think it's great on her? Fear Cleaving Axe for Morgana? I mean, that works for Vex. Isn't Corrupted Star Fragment better stat-wise? With Morgana, you normally don't have that many units. So Corrupted Star Fragment constantly killing a unit is kind of rough because you don't have a lot to go around. But if you wanted to just focus on your Morgana and stats, then yeah, you could go for Corrupted Star Fragment. They were talking about Vex? Okay, yeah, for Vex it makes sense. Alright, let's switch up the title. This will be interesting, and especially after the last one, how that went kind of disastrous. I'm wondering how Norra is going to do. Because I was planning on trying this out, so testing out the Hidden Tome. And the point of this build is we start with 3 mana. We drop Norra for 2 mana. We have another copy of Norra in hand, which should happen because of Echoing, which is going to give us a 4-cost Portal Palooza. With the fact that we have Hidden Tome, giving us 3 spell mana, and then 1 mana left over, because we're starting with 3. We can play Norra and a Portal Palooza round 1. This is planting 3 Mysterious Portals, 2 from this, and then 1 more from our 2-star. So we're just starting the game with a whole bunch of portals. And it could be really good. But yeah, we could just honestly get destroyed by Caitlyn. Let's take a look at the different adventures. So 5.51, we're starting with extra mana. Our created cards cost 3 more, so this just gets immediately, it shuts down our Echoing Spirit build. So that's gone. And if we have any of our units, if our board is full and they go in our hand, they're then gonna be cost increased by 3. But I feel like we're just gonna get shut down if we try to go for Caitlyn or even Gangplank. Because this one is really easy for some builds, but if you're a unit focused build, I think Caitlyn and Gangplank just shut you down hard. You know what though? This will be difficult. We might lose again, but let's try it. I guess before we hop in, I'll quickly drop an ad break. So if you need to go to the bathroom, get a drink, go ahead and do that right now. Oh goodness, this is going to be interesting. A couple more days and we have to do our monthly challenges again. I think it's next Tuesday. Wild Fragments, Cosmic Blessings, Stardust. Yeah, most things that we're getting is just converted into Stardust. But that's fine. More Stardust essentially means more gemstones for me at the moment, because I don't really have anything else to spend them on. I did that one with Strength of Stone Vi, not realizing Caitlyn was the mid-boss. A bit rough, but doable. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I saw people on Reddit saying that the 4.5 was really hard this week, and I'd already cleared it with like 3 champions. I was like, oh, I never really had an issue with the people I played it on. But yeah, now with a couple of these champions, it is a bit rough. But that's okay. All right, people should be getting back. Let's hop in and try this out. We'll try to keep this one in mind and maybe not get the attack token more. All right, let's go for a power here. Whoosh. This one will be kind of funny since we already are having this happen. Credit cards cost 1 less. This wouldn't be bad, especially since we already have this. And this would affect our Norra and would affect our portals. If we didn't have the Caitlyn mid-boss, I think I would potentially go for the Disciple. But there's a high likelihood that both of our Disciples just get immediately killed on game start with Caitlyn. Whereas this, with the Echoing Spirit, this could be really good for us. So yeah, we'll grab this one here. All right, let's go for our Silent Shadow Seer. Goodness. A lot of S's there. Oh yeah, looking forward to the tier list. That should be fun. Let's we know we're gonna draw at least one other copy of Norra. So yeah, this can be okay. Going for Sean Connery. We're saying Silent Shadow Seer. Yeah. Alright, so this Norra is cheaper because it was made by the Echoing Spirit.
Cup of tea? Fine by me. I have unfinished business.
Alright, so that is actually going to be able to block us. We could go for our Portal Palooza. I guess we actually don't really need to kill it. Let's... Wait, this one's fast, so we could kill that unit, damage this one, and stun that one, because if you stun an ephemeral, it's essentially a death sentence. So, sure, let's go ahead and do this here. So yeah, sad we couldn't play our Portal Palooza. I guess we won't attack with that one.
The wind.
Yeah, we attack with our ephemerals.
Be strong. These are dark times.
All right, so we're close to leveling up. This would give us a draw, but this would give us... All right, how many portals do we have? We have 2 portals. I think if we play the Portapalooza, there's a decent chance that we're going to level up our Norra, which would refill our mana. Let's try it. Regardless, we should be able to generate some blockers here.
What is gained when we return malevolence?
Okay, that's actually fine, because we're 1 away from leveling, but this had a tune on it, so we can actually play our wind here. And we're now leveled.
I think I'm quite ready for a new adventure.
Fantastic.
Courage masks the
All right, not too bad. Unless they... Okay, I was a little worried they're going to grab our Norra. All right, them killing our units really doesn't matter.
Eyes did not fall in vain.
Because, yeah, we're just going to get more.
Setting up a roadblock.
All right, so we could immediately attack. I think we will play a Cosmic Binding, because with this, we can get rid of 2 of their blockers. So even if they play a unit to block us here, it's still not bad for giving them the action.
Masks let young eyes see clearly.
All right, so let's just attack and do as much damage as we can.
Resist.
GG.
The wind howls.
Little slow. The animation increase will be nice. I don't really want to go for 4 times speed, but just getting double speed will be such a breath of fresh air. Alright, so Electro Harpoon, discard 1, deal 2 to the enemy unit, enemy nexus. Opponent discards a card. So this would be a 1-cost round start, create a Sanctuary in hand, recall an ally, focus speed. We really like our board space. That's very important to us, so I don't think we'll go for the Monastery. Smash and Dash is like a 3-cost 6/6 with double impact. That is pretty crazy. That's a pretty big unit. Did devs mention anything about adding stuff to spend Stardust on? No, they have not. But I also didn't ask them about Stardust at all. Didn't really come up, so that yeah, haven't said anything about it. I think we'll go for the Smash and Dash. Although this would be good if we got Slow but Steady. But the likelihood of that isn't great, and this damage normally isn't really going to make that much of an impact. I wouldn't think. Yeah, I think we'll go here, even though for a 3-cost we're probably not going to play it, but it is massive stats. Alright, Lux Illuminated, that's a little funny. Coral Creatures, Nami, double attack, Tidal Wave. Man, they all got double attack. Wow, okay. I mean, Lux Illuminated is not bad. This would be a 1-cost and a landmark, but at least we could get rid of it eventually. Nami would be able to buff up our other units. Yeah, I think Lux can be okay. Coral Creatures getting rid of their strongest unit is also solid, though. That actually could be pretty impactful. Yeah, I think actually we'll go for Nami, mostly for the Coral Creatures. Using that to get rid of some of their units could be very helpful. Alright, so we could go for the shop, but power is always so tempting. Yeah, I think we'll go towards the bottom. So Twisted Catalyzer. Smash and Dash's damage does make an impact twice. Yes, very impactful. I think we'll actually get rid of Coral Creatures here. We're mostly wanting this for getting rid of their Caitlyn, potentially. Granted, it's probably just going to die. Alright, so we can drop our cheap Norra. Then we could go for the Mysterious Portal. Alright, that's actually kind of perfect. This is big enough to hit any of their, or kill any of the units that they block with. So that's not too bad. And this is kind of the good thing with the wind, is that it giving you extra draw is just increasing your likelihood of getting portals. And then also when you play it, it counts as a created card, so it gets bigger.
Be strong. These are dark times.
Oof, that's... I hate that card. It's the worst.
For a new adventure.
Because I only ever generate it on accident. It's only ever a problem. We want to go for a Yordle Captain. This is going to deal 4 damage, stun an enemy. We have a lot of these units we're actually fine with sacrificing, so I think we'll drop this here. Because, yeah, like, we're fine with getting rid of that unit, definitely.
No.
We could get rid of their Dawn Speaker, but, yeah, I think this is fine. So Tidal Wave would kill them, but could go for the Cosmic Binding. I think we'll wait next round. They will go up by 1, but the Cosmic Binding should still be able to kill him.
Did not fall in vain.
Oh, they're getting big. All right, let's drop this here, kill that, get rid of this as far as a blocker. They might play a Darkness here, but it shouldn't really matter. All right, let's just attack. I do miss the Overwhelm from Beast Within. Still, though, GG. How's your day going, Mr. Streamer? Been waiting with my Prime just for you. My day is going pretty well. It's been a nice week so far. Looking forward to the tier list tomorrow. I've been doing a lot more work in the background on the champion guides. Since next week we have like the monthly challenges, and that's gonna be a lot of streaming there, and that's also streaming that I don't really make content for the main YouTube on. I decided that for this week we'd pull back. Instead of doing a video every 12 hours, we just do a video a day. And so with that, I have a lot more free time, and I can get videos done ahead of time, and I can work on a lot of these bigger videos that need to be done in the background. So yeah, it's been a nice little bit of a break, or I'm able to recover a lot more, whereas doing a video for every 12 hours is a little rough, but we're probably going to go back to that. We're just going to do a daily videos for probably this week. But yeah, day's going pretty well. Pretty good week so far, and I appreciate the support. Dawn and Dusk, pretty funny. We're normally not even going to have room on the board, though, because our board gets filled up so fast. Porous Sled, again, that is really expensive. Gruesome Theater, Ritual. Man, none of these is what I want. I think we'll go for Dawn and Dusk, just because I think it's the most hilarious. So let's grab this. Shard Lives. Or Shard Lives. Regardless, thank you for the subscribe. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Let's go for Chamber of Renewal. Get a nice little spell shield going. Let's go for this power down here. Ooh, the Shark Trainer. Shark Trainer can be pretty rough. If the foe has played a spell this round, they summon a Short Tooth. This will be difficult because that Short Tooth, it has the Overwhelm and has a lot of stats on it. Oh, well, let's go for it. We very well are just going to lose all of our runs today, but that's okay. Let's get rid of a couple of these. We want to just have our Portal Palooza from Norra, because then they're cheaper. Oh, man.
I seem to have misplaced my
If we got one extra mana, we could actually play our Dawn and Dusk round 1 with all of our mana. Alrighty. We're probably gonna need our Cosmic Binding for next round. Just to stun their Shark Tooth. Oh, of course, they got Elusive. Let's go for our Portal Palooza here.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts.
We could actually go for our Coral Creatures to get rid of their Shark Trainer, because that's going to give them another Short Tooth. We could use this to kill their Acorn. Don't think I really care about that, though, to be honest. Like, it's okay. Yeah, I think I'd rather get rid of that Shark Trainer.
There's another one. Let's get it, crew.
Alright, let's give this vulnerable. That way we can attack like this. Yeah, not terrible. Alright, this is looking okay. Pretty good opening round. Alright, not bad. Your videos got me through the 5.5 Nightmare last week. You deserve the sub. Awesome. Glad that was able to help you.
Portals, up and down and all around.
It's always kind of funny that her glasses are below her ears.
Follow my song to save.
Alright, so I think here, let's go ahead and use this Cosmic Binding to kill this and stun this one. Their Overwhelm units is pretty rough for us. Norra is one of those that, yeah, Overwhelm is not your friend. Alright, deal 5 to a unit. So it doesn't actually have to kill any of theirs yet. Let's see what they do. Okay, that's fine. We're definitely fine with throwing away our units. That is something that is not a problem. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so here, let's go ahead and kill that. We could drop our Junk Construct, but we'll probably refill our board with just our portals. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, there we go. Especially the fact we have the extra draw. While it's going to be terrible into Caitlyn, it does help our portals. Oh, this one, we can give this the Overwhelm. And yeah, we can drag that aside, try to do enough damage here just to end. Yeah, let's go for it.
Keep hope alive.
They're damaging their own unit? Like, that's not gonna... Interesting. Alright, I guess. Well, GG. So I think we are now about to face our Caitlyn again. That's gonna be tough. Primal Strength, 2/2 impact, summons a unit. That unit would then be bigger from our star powers. That's not terrible. When I'm summoned, or when your trap booms activate, draw 1. We don't want that because of Caitlyn. Plunderer costs 2 less. Challenger, I think I'll go for the Primal Strength. Not that likely we're going to play it, but you never know. Sharing is carrying. Allies of Overwhelm. Summon armed, 2 armed gearheads. All of these are actually really good. So armed gearheads are created units, so they're bigger. Allies of Overwhelm is great since that then gives us more damage. Sharing is carrying helps give really good keywords. We don't know what we're going to get, but I mean, we could drop Nami, give everyone keywords that way. I mean, yeah, all of these are going to be good. The other 2 are more consistent, but I think we'll go for Sharing is Caring, because we could potentially drop or get like a lifesteal unit, and that just completely changes the game for us. I mean, the one good thing about gearing up is it gives us more units, which just means we're less likely to get hit, but our units have very small health. Yeah, we'll gamble. We'll go for Sharing is Caring. All right, Spells Chest, Draw a Champion, Magical Portal, Plant a Portal, top 4 cards, Plant a Chime, Summoning Beacon. When drawn, it costs 1 less. I do like Magical Portal. Gives us another unit. That's not terrible. Yeah, it's okay. Let's go for the healer. We're at full health, so that's nice. Let's get rid of the Realm Caretaker. We're probably just never going to play this. And Caitlyn.
I'm on the case.
Sharing big here. I mean, possibly. Possibly. It could be really good. Some of these have potential. We'll hold on the Cosmic Binding. I think we'll re-roll the rest. We really need to get our Norra on the board. We need to get multiple copies of our Norra, because we need to get our Portal Paloozas going and just get a ton of units. The bad thing is, the more we draw, like, we get more units, but at the same time, we also get more flash bombs. So it's a little rough.
Cup of tea? Fine by me.
Notify patrol to close in on this location.
We'll prepare him a nice welcome.
All right, so we could kill that unit. We could go for Primal Strength to make our units stronger. So killing one of their units right now. We could save this for our defense turns. This doesn't have draw on it. This just says plant a mysterious portal and a chime and gives us a unit. I think let's drop this here and kill that. And then go for our magical journey. All right, what did we get? All right, we got impact, support, give my support ally lifesteal. I mean, sadly, the lifesteal doesn't matter yet. And it's a give, not a grant. This unit could die. So it's kind of a mixed bag. This is going to give us more damage. Potentially is going to kill one of their, or damage one of their units, so they're more likely to die. The other issue, though, is this is one less unit we have on the board. So our other units are more likely to hit with flash bombs. And we don't need the lifesteal yet. So I think I'll hold off. If we could get lifesteal another attack, that'd be good. Let's attack like this. So yeah, this is going to be the bad thing. We could play our wind, which would have us draw and potentially get more portals, but also get more flash bombs. I think we'll risk it. We just need to keep having more units on the board than they have bombs to kill us with. Also, the more units we summon, the more likely we are to get good keywords that change things.
By hook or by crook, I'll find you, dear cat.
This is pretty good. Our impact is stacking like crazy, actually. So that's really good. We leveled, so we have more mana. I think we'll pass. We probably need to use this stun. for next round. All right, full board. So flash bombs should get spread out much more. Let's kill this, stun her, and we'll potentially drop our Nami here. Because Nami giving everyone double attack is big. Yeah, let's go for it.
People are counting on me. Ride the surging tide.
Granted, they might kill our Norra. Yep. We have another one though, so that's not bad. Do we care about this damage? We don't really have enough to kill them. I think let's not bother, to be honest. Yeah, damage, like, it's more important we have units and that our units have health. Oh, this wasn't one of the created ones, so this Norra is more expensive. Let's buff up this unit because Norra is going to refill our mana. Making sure our Herald of Spring is alive is pretty big.
Our allies did not fall in vain.
Practice, as they say, makes perfect.
So we can drop our Norra, giving our entire board elusive. And we're not actually hitting a lot of flash bombs. Oh boy, formidable. I'm glad we didn't get this one hitting our board. Yeah, let's drop our Norra here.
Home is just around the corner.
So we have a huge board that all have spell shield, they all have elusive, and they pretty much all have double attack. All right, I'm a little bit worried about dropping someone that does have formidable now.
I'll buy some time.
But this should just be game. There shouldn't be anything that can do to stop this. These all have elusive. Yeah, this should be GG. Nice. Whew, I was a little worried there.
Stay for a while longer.
I thought Caitlyn was going to be able to kill us, but I mean, we kind of high rolled that like crazy. Oh man, that was pretty good. That stacking impact is crazy. Power riff. So our Norra is free. We could give this for our Nami. Wouldn't be the worst thing because Nami getting double attack. I think we will actually give this to Nami, because if we could play Norra and Nami turn one, so our Nami gives our Norra double attack, that would be massive. So I think we'll actually do that there. We already have a lot of copies of Norra from our Echoing, so one extra copy going over to Nami shouldn't be the end of the world. Failings, we don't target our own units. Equipment or attachments, we don't do that either. When you summon an ally, give it 1/1. Not terrible. Not terrible. We have a lot of units we're just summoning them, throwing at the enemy. But we have 5 rerolls. Let's try to get something a little bit more impactful. Titanic Wake is fun. Spellslinger is solid. We can normally trigger this. So it's not terrible, but that's going to be, this is be more of a mid-game power to help us close out the game. And I think we need more help in the early game. Up and down and all around, apparently, dodges the flash bombs. That is, yeah, very true. We got barely hit with any flash bombs that match, whereas like our Lux one, we got annihilated. So Titanic Wake, if this was a match that'd go on longer, I think we'd get this, because it's fun getting giant units. But for one, we don't have Overwhelm, so we're going to get chump blocked. I think Spellslinger is just going to give us a lot of just good power throughout every course of the game, so I think we'll grab this one. Smooth Soloist looks good. Kill their weakest unit. Yeah, let's go here for Remitter. Norra is fun to play. It's kind of funny though, for a lot of champions that I like, I want to get them more stars. Like for Norra, yeah, even the 5-star would be nice, but the 6-star I just don't care about. I think let's get rid of the junk construct. I like having Norra's, and I like having a cosmic binding. The damage and control is pretty solid. It's nice to have in case we need it. Norra doesn't really have a ton of removaler effects like that, so it is nice. All right, looks like we have Lumino Sprite. We don't have our other champion. That's sad.
Home is just around the portal.
2-cost Norra Portal Palooza. I'm unwilling to pay 70 for a Nova Shard, so I have no 6-stars currently. If you've been playing for a while, there was a couple Platinum Star vessels that you could earn. There was like 2 of them. So there's some 6-stars you could earn for free. Yeah, I think let's drop double Portapalooza. It's some of the unit we actually had in our deck. That's not too bad. Did give us all formidable though, so that is something. Our coral creatures could die. Do we care though? Let's just attack and do as much damage as we can, even with the formidable.
So little to ask.
Portals everywhere.
All right, so dropping this is gonna let us level round 1.
What's that noise?
That'll be good.
I think I'm quite ready for a new adventure.
Pretty good opening hand. All right, we have 8 cards, full mana. We could play some more of these, but like Portapaloozas, we have too much, so I think we're fine. Now we have a board full of blockers.
Do not forget. The mist will help you.
All right, Withering Whale. So we can actually fizzle some of their attacks then, so that's actually not terrible.
This is my home.
Let's actually fizzle this one because we can kill the other one.
Are you lost too?
Sure, we can actually block with our Norra. And I think... Sure, we can also do this here, just to reduce down the damage we're taking. Yeah, the fact that we hit Formidable is pretty bad, though. Because health is the weakest part of Norra's units. So we could just play some more Portapaloozas. Sure.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts.
Especially because, yeah, the units we're pulling out now are gonna be pretty big. Alright, let's go for a health potion. We could go for the double attack, but they have 6 health. It's really not worth it. Oh, look, they got lifesteal. Alright. GG. Norra's so random and fun.
There once was a yordle who found a portal home.
Alright, let's see. Right, we had... yeah, we'll still get another copy of Nami. That's not too bad. Let's go for the smooth soloist here. Allied buffs except barrier are permanent. Summon a sparring student. This would be a created unit. I think most of our buffs are already permanent. So I don't think this one matters as much. Let's try a reroll. When you summon a 1 cost, grant it 2/2. A lot of our units are actually going to be free, so they're not actually going to count as 1 costs. So that actually isn't going to help us as much. It would make our Norra free, though. Yeah, Can't Stop, Won't Stop on Lee Sin is fantastic. Sorcery, often our Norra is refilling our spells. So that's good, but kind of bad. Some of these are good. Let's be greedy, though. Let's try... oh, I mean, Domination is fun. But also so is Explosive Finale. Actually, we'll go here. Because we'll get extra draw, which isn't bad anymore since we're not in... not going up against the other champion, Caitlyn. We can grab Titanic Wake. It is a fun one. And we'll get 1 copy of the Cavalier, just so that we know we have double attack. That we could drop at any time. That'll be funny. Jailbreak's not bad. We could play this for free. Let's take a look here. Honored Lord, Spells Chest. Yeah, this is fine, but I think we're good. Don't need to get too much stuff. We do have an ad going on, so we're just gonna pause here for a moment. That way no one misses anything. Yeah, Titanic Wake is pretty silly with Norra. Because if the game goes on longer, you can trigger that pretty reliably. Like, once Norra is leveled, a lot of your units that you're bringing out with portals start triggering this, and you just get these massive, like, massive units. Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah, got some pretty fun powers. Norra is a great addition to the game. Very fun and different playstyle. I'm hoping we kind of get someone that feels similar to this when they're making one that's just a Path of Champions only champion. Because, like, Norra is an LOR only champion, so they were able to design a champion that was just for LOR. They didn't have to try to base it off of anything from League of Legends. And so I'm hoping when they're making a champion just for Path of Champions, they can kind of go even crazier with their designs. We'll have to see. Just a couple weeks, and then we get that new champion. All right, everyone should be getting back. I think let's go for the Honored Lord. So let's go for Savage Reckoner. Do you play League? Not anymore. I haven't played League for years. When it came out, yeah, I played League. I went pretty hard. I got... I was in Platinum, but I normally played normals, and my normal MMR was Diamond. But as far as ranking, I got Platinum. Yeah, we know we're going to draw this. Let's get rid of him. All right, Norra's. We would like to get our Nami, especially because we can potentially play her for free. Who is your main? So the first champion I ever played was Kassadin. Then I kind of played a lot of Fizz mid, Renekton top, Nautilus jungle. That was a lot of my more mains for the different positions. But for a time, I mained like Kindred jungle. That was a lot of fun. I also played a lot of just like mid lane casters like Lux or Ziggs. Yeah, I played a good amount of people. All right, let's drop our Norra first.
Joy is a good look in a book and a cat in the lap.
We could actually go for Dawn and Dusk, which is a little silly. Like, we could drop this here to get 2 more Norras. And those would actually make our Portal Paloozas free. Sure, that sounds silly. I mean, this is going to end up giving us too many units. But we don't have that many portals. Let's put some in there.
This is terrible. By hook or by crook, I'll find you, dear
You look like
cat.
support main, not gonna lie. I tried Lux support, but I would end up just taking all the kills. Not intentionally minding you. I would like wait as long as possible for my AD carry to kill the person, and then they would normally fail. So it's like, all right, laser beam, or just like throw out a spell, get the last kill. And so then my Lux support would normally just become the carry. All right, I think let's drop our Nami. I like all of my Norras getting some Nexus strikes off, so I think we'll actually replace this one.
I won't let my home
Although the double
fall if
attack's
I
not going to
drop
matter as much for some of these. This is going to be pretty nuts, though. Alright, well, attack like this should be a lot of fun.
scared.
GG. Even though half of our units of double attack doesn't matter.
Portals everywhere. Windows to here, I wonder.
You were securing kills, right? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Just another's beginning.
No, I don't. I normally didn't play that much support, though. Because having to rely on someone else is not really my style. That's why I generally went for any of the solo lanes. Yeah, the main thing, like the first thing I got to gold with was Renekton. I just did Renekton solo top and just dominated, and it was so much fun. And then later on I did like Fizz mid was another one of like the ones I did a lot. And then yeah, I did a lot of other top laners and mid laners, but Renekton and Fizz were probably my two most played. And yeah, Fizz was actually one that I was able to stomp someone that was in the LCS, which always made me laugh. Granted, it's kind of like a claim to fame, but like for one, the person that was in the LCS was bot lane. So by the time we interacted, I was fed. And so it's not like it was a lot he could do. Also, it was one of the LCS players that was like from one of the worst teams. So it's not like it was against like the top of the LCS, but it was still fun. All right, let's go for captain. Honored Lord, let's see what we can get. Shadow Totem, Farsight. I think we'll grab Farsight Nami. We have a bunch of copies of Norra, so we should be able to reliably get her. But making sure we can drop our Nami for that free double attack is gonna be great. Let's go for a healer. Cut a card. There's a lot of these. I was like, we might not play them, but they'd be fun. I think let's give it a tidal wave. We're very unlikely to play this. For one, it's just doing like 1 damage to 2 targets, and it's putting something on our board that we don't want. So let's get rid of that and go for Gangplank.
I accept your terms.
Yeah, I haven't played League in a while. That's why there's a lot of these champions people talk about that's like, I have no idea what that champion does at all. We can get rid of Nami because we know we're going to draw her. Let's get rid of Smash. We'll hold on to the 1 Cosmic Binding. You know if Scissors Relic works with Norra's 6-star power. I mean, it shouldn't work with your champions, no. Like, if the target's a champion, Scissors won't work. So, yeah, if that's what you mean, yeah, shouldn't work, sadly. Let's lead with our Norra.
Home is just around the portal.
Yeah, you don't want to cross.
Let's go for the Portal Palooza, just to see what random units we get. They are out of mana, so that's really nice. Ooh, Scout. Scout and Barrier, that's some good ones. Alright, let's go ahead and drop another Portal Palooza. We're just trying to fill out our board so that our Nami has the biggest impact possible. Oh, so that just gave everyone elusive.
I think I'm quite ready for a new adventure.
All right, pretty good. We just keep getting too many cards now. Oh, man. All right, let's drop our Nami. I think we can get rid of this one.
I won't let my home be swallowed by darkness.
All right, so now we have Scout and double attack.
I'll take my time.
That is a lot of damage, but it shouldn't save you. So yeah, we'll attack like this and potentially end, but we still have a full another attack. Oh, man. GG. That was pretty good.
Journey's end is just another
I thought there was a high likelihood we were going to lose when we started this adventure, but actually able to make it through. Yeah, that was a fun one. Norra matches, they're normally just a ton of fun. All right, that went surprisingly well. I was definitely worried that we were going to lose this after our last run with Lux, because I think a lot of the same issues were going to happen. But we got pretty lucky with getting our sharing is caring. That helped out a ton. Wild Inspiration also great for this build, giving us a lot of cost reduction. And then also just when we went against the Caitlyn, we didn't draw many flash bombs, so that was kind of the biggest hurdle to get over. Yeah, still able to clear this one. A lot of fun. Norra is, yeah, normally just a absolute blast to play. I do like these weekly nightmares. Like, it's giving you more stuff to clear every week, it's giving you more rewards, but then also it's just the fact that it's giving you different adventures to play and test out. Like, it'd be nice if we could test out the monthly challenges again, especially the last like 10 or 20. But yeah, the weekly nightmares are good for that, especially for me when I need to play different champions, because people get sick of doing like Aurelian Soul because we've done it so many times. But then, like, I'm kind of sick of doing both Lysandra and Swain because I've also done them a bunch of times. And so just giving something different to play every week is pretty solid. Only 6.5 challenging is the one mushroom for me. Actually, not anymore because I have Jinx 6-star now. Yeah, Jinx 6-star is pretty busted. She's another one similar to Swain where you can just completely clear the enemy board around one. And yeah, absolutely blast. All right, that was a lot of fun. I think that's where we'll call it for today, though. Tomorrow is going to be the 4-star tier list. So if you want to have any input on that tier list, definitely show up, because while I have my own opinions about all of them, we'll be trying to find a general consensus with chat and yeah, having fun doing that. And I'll probably do like the 5 and 6-star tier lists in the coming weeks. But thank you all for hanging out with me for a bit, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Hopefully see you tomorrow. See ya.